Hello everybody, welcome to Sunless Sea. What is Sunless Sea? It is a exploration survival game where you are the captain of a ship on a vast, horror-filled underground sea. I've already played a little bit. We're gonna start a new game. Yes, I'm sure. So the idea is that here we are, we're in fallen London. It is a version of London, kind of a Victorian-era version of London that has been taken down beneath the earth. Now sits on the shore of this dark sea filled with terrors and whatnot. So 3 decades ago, in the reign of Victoria, London was stolen by bats, and now it lies a mile below the surface. That's not important. What's important is the vast black sea beyond London. A sea which is yours to explore. So we need to choose a past wreathed in shadows. Decide later. Okay, I guess we could just do this later if we wanted to. We'll go through it now. So we need to pick out our past. We were either a street urchin, your urchin gang cast you out when you grew too tall, you took to the sea rather than graduate to larger crimes. That last big score was enough to buy a ship. Or we could be a poet, an educated and articulate soul seeking sensation at sea. How lucky you had a legacy to spend. Veteran of the campaign of 68, you fought in the invasion of hell. London's armies lost, you survived. Your loot and your pension have brought you a command. Ordained priest, you fell from grace, there's nothing left ashore for you. And an honest benefactor has found this way out for you. Your peculiar theories of time, blood, and starlight brought you down to the Neath, the cavern where London lies. And now they take you out to sea. So each of these options gives us a different bonus to one of our stats, and our stats are, we have Hearts, which is kind of our health, Inspire, Heal, Defend, Veils, which is Speed, Stealth, and Deception, Pages, Esoteric, and occasionally Practical Knowledge, which increases the speed at which you convert fragments to secrets, and secrets are something we can spend in various ways, use them in various ways. I know we can sell them at the university, and we can do other things with them. Mirrors. Detect and Perception, those are useful in combat, so are Veils. And then Iron, Destroy, improves attack damage in combat. I think we're going to go with the Veteran of Campaign of 68, because that gives us the Iron, and I enjoy having a very strong attack. Stern and exciting, they will not trifle with you. You promised a job to your acquaintance, the shady cook. He'll do until you find someone less disgusting. So we have one officer, a cook, a shady cook. And then over here we have fuel, supply, or fuel, hunger, and terror. And so fuel we need to get around. Hunger will slowly increase over time. When it gets to about this point, we'll use up one of our supplies. The cook will turn that into a meal, and our hunger will decrease. Terror just kind of increases all the time, especially as we're away from a settlement. Which, I'm not entirely sure what happens if it maxes out. Or gets really high. I haven't got to that point yet, but it seems that things can happen. You could have, crew go insane, or you eat them, or things like that. So it's kind of a don't starve kind of style insanity mechanic there. Okay. Choose an ambition. Fulfillment, gather 100 tales, learn all you can of the Z, write a masterpiece, retire. Or wealth. You know how it is to be poor. You want a mansion, servants, fine clothes, a family perhaps. We'll go with wealth. Wealth seems like a good choice. Okay, beyond the dreams, the outer Z is full of riches. How do we want to be addressed? Madam, sir, citizen, my lord, my lady, captain. Captain we'll go with. Okay, so we need to put on our name, and then we need to choose an avatar. And these are all the women. Wow, that one's got some stuff going on. All the women, and then there's some men. Very proper 19th century British men. And then a little more insane ones. I think we'll go with this guy. I like this guy. I like his little spectacles and his handlebar mustache going on there with the pointy beard and the top hat. Gonna go with that one. Sounds good. Kind of an Ebenezer Scrooge looking guy. And then these things pop up. These are kind of quest notices or just kind of notices of things going on in your current location. So we have Help Me, All at Sea. That's basically just the game help. We're going to ignore that for now. Lodgings, we can go to our lodgings, read the morning paper. We will read the morning paper. The Khanate is threatening war, they always are. London's colonies on the Carnelian coast want independence, they always do. The Unter See, the paper's report, has undergone another alteration. Not yet it hasn't, you'd know. Oh-ho, a promotional coupon from Miss Plenty's Provisioners for a half cask of salt herring. You could use that. So we get 1 extra supply. Plus we also now have recent news that we can share at the various ports that we make call in. Nothing else really to do in our lodgings. London, visit the Admiralty's Survey Office. We'll go there and we can pick up a quest here. Ask if there's anything particular they need. Okay. Speak to our agent there in return. We'll see that you're rewarded. Okay, retrieve strategic information from Guider's Mourn in the Corsair's Forest, east of London. So we have to go east. Anything else going on at the Admiralty? Speak to a higher authority? Okay, they won't talk to us yet. We could go to the docks, go carousing. Don't really need to right now. We could hire some more crew. Don't really want to hire more crew. Offer passage to tomb colonists. North to Venderbite. Now, I do know where Venderbite is. I've played this a little bit enough to get there. We'll take them for now, but I don't know if we're actually going to make it up there. That's all we really have to do here, so I guess let's get out to sea. So it's standard commands. WSAD. A and D turn us to the right and the left. W go forward, S slows us down. And so we just kind of make our way out to sea. Now, said Guider's Reach or Guider's Mourn is off to the east. So we'll head off in that direction. There's one stop right here on the way, but they've never really had anything of interest. Plus there's a monster following us now. We could probably fight him. And we might have to. But we'll stop here and see what's going on. Lightship, its clear bright beam warms the way. Speak to the crew. Oh, we lost our recent news. But we've lost one terror as well. In the bleaching glare of the lens, among the smells of oil and metal, you sip tea and chat. Disease terror recedes. Alright, well we could have probably sold that news later on. But I guess not. The Dubois Maelstrom. Big whirlpool. I don't know what happens if you go... I assume if you go near it, your ship gets destroyed. So we will avoid that. Although I guess it could be some kind of a portal. That wouldn't be surprising. We've discovered Flitterstone Isle. Down here in the corner is a little, yeah, a little kind of log that tells us events that have happened. Discovered Wolf's Rift. And there's another place up here that we'll go to. Possibly on the way back. But I'd like to kind of get to Guider's Mourn first. Now, one of the interesting things that you could probably do with this game, and I assume it's possible, is you could actually make it into kind of a trading mini-game. Discovered a Western Angler Crab. Well, presumably that's what this thing is. Maybe cutting it a little bit fine. But we can outrun them. Bornvidus Pillar. We are looking for Guider's... Stalagmites loom in the distance like the cranes of Woolstack docks, but vaster, vaster. The Corsair's Forest. Our lookouts are watchful. Okay, so that's where we are. That's where we're supposed to be, and this looks like it might be the place. Yeah, I discovered Guider's Mourn. Excellent. So if we put in a port here, we can get the strategic information that we came for the Admiralty. Then we can get back out onto the sea. That guy looks like he wants to kill us. But I'm going to put in a port, and he won't get a chance just yet. Okay, the Morn is a stalagmite vast as a crag, and its foot has no safe harbors. The Corsair's citadel nestles halfway up. An intricate system of winches takes the strain, and your ship rises slowly from the sea. Her hull creaks in protest, grizzled sailors groan and cling to stanchions. Higher, higher. Now the Untersee shimmers like glass below. Children clambering in crevices cheer and wave alarmingly. The winch motor slows, and you hang in a cradle next to a red-bowed pirate cutter. That's kind of neat. They actually lift you out of the water up to the colony. It's kind of a neat idea. Pay the loitering dock for strategic information. Yeah, that's what we gotta do. You're a rough code. Come on, this is living and mean my life. Okay. We'll just pay him. What does he want? $5? We'll get more than that back, and we can bring it back to London. Okay, so we paid him. We got our strategic information. We could explore the Morn, gather an intelligence, or an evening at the errant limpet. I think we'll just explore the Morn. Oh, an intriguing smell. Who'll try, who'll buy? A street vendor turns skewers on a grill. The mixed scents are nothing like anything sold in London. Grilled troglodyte. Or we could try something mysterious. Or try shredded jellyfish. Let's try the jellyfish. Force it down. Ugh, you'll regret it later. The jellyfish's venom numbs your tongue and rolls your stomach. We've lost 2 hunger. But we've gained 1 terror. Alright. And I assume that's pretty much everything. Well, we can gather intelligence. Scarecrow, Scarecrow, you're eavesdropping on the captain of a lean black cutter when her first mate spots you. In the ensuing fracas, one of your crew is smashed through a flimsy wooden wall. He falls 200 feet to be impaled on smaller stalactite at the shadow of the Morn, and dies instantly. It's a painless death, but his slowly mummifying corpse will hang there for decades to come. Your ships will salute it. Successive generations of children will name it, rename it, fling stones, dare each other to climb the pinnacle and kiss its fleshless hand. Wow. Kind of a crappy turnout for him. We have 1 tale of terror. We've gained 5 terror. And we've lost 1 crew. Well, it happens. So I guess we're done in Guider's Morn. Let's just look at our map here. So we came from way this way. Now we can hit that place on the way back. And I think there's something up here we can hit. And we want to go to Venderbite as well. Which is kind of there, I think. So if we come back this way, go there, and then up. Sounds like a plan. So let's launch, and let's get away from that ship while he's not looking at us. It doesn't really matter, he's not looking at us, but I don't think he can catch us now. It would be nice to be able to buy a new engine, or, oh, that guy's gonna cause us problems. Unless we can slip past, which looks like we can. He might be dangerous. Can we make that turn? We can. He's maybe not as agile as we are. Oh, and there's another one. They don't seem to be able to turn well. It seems like you can kind of get away from ships if you manage to get them into a situation where they have to make some turns. In any event, it appears that we're faster than these guys, so we're probably going to outrun them. Which is okay. I don't like fighting other ships. They tend to do a lot of damage. And we're on a direct line back to that island, so that's perfect. And he'll probably lose interest once we get a little bit of ways here. Yeah, there he goes. Back in Crabland now. I see one up near the top of the screen. Okay, Fieldhaven. Sounds good. Let's put it in here. The Shepherd Isles. Of course, the bearded watchman tells you, there are no actual shepherds on Shepherd Isles. Sheep are mostly illegal here. No, indeed, it's just the name of the gentleman that founded the Isles. Greybeard, sitting in the village square, nods solemnly. No sheep, one says, but plenty of tales. Ask us anything. We'd have a picnic, tales of the standing sun. The bearded villagers are happy to talk about the local sights. Well, sight. Bearded villagers will sell you mutton stew and kefir and stone bottles of cold fresh spring water, and row you over to the stones. Okay. Tales of Thornwell Croft. What about the isle to the north, the one that isn't bridged? Rest of the Z. Rest of the Z, the Bearded Watchman scoffs. Here's what you need to know. Or here's where you need to be. We don't talk about the rest of the Z, but a sniveling caitiff draws you aside. I got something for you, he promises, but I'll need some of that good stuff from London. A lot of that good stuff. So he would want a whole lot of mushroom wine and supplies, which we're not going to be able to give him, so that's fine. Let's, Tale of the Standing Stones, Tale of the Three Graves, Tales of Thornwell Croft. Let's go with the Three Graves. The Chelonade, right? They're hunters. They killed a turtle the size of London and built their city on its shell. A ship from the Chelonade came by, hunting the midnight whale. 3 of them had died cowards, so their bodies couldn't go into the Z. They paid us for the land, in whale ivory. I still got a piece, but it keeps it safe. Okay, Memory of Distant Shores is what we have. 1 Memory of Distant Shores. We have 1 Z story. Cool. Alright. Let's compile a port report. There's quite a lot of... Okay. Kind of pointless port report, but we might be able to just get some money for it from the Admiralty back in London. Oh, actually. Are there shops on the... Oh, there is. We could buy fuel or supplies. I think at about twice the price that it is. Oh, that's what I wanted to do in Guiders Morn. I wanted to see what they were selling and buying. See if I could make a profit of running stuff over there from London. Oh, well. Well, we'll take the hit this time. Let's head over this way again, away from that giant crab. Now, yeah, maybe here's where we want to go. So we head straight this way. I think we'll come up to another island that we can stop at. And we just have to kind of turn north, go up to Venderbite, drop off the mummies, and then next episode we'll figure out another quest. So it sounds like a plan. Yeah, you can't catch me. You want to. It look delicious, don't I? I haven't fought one of these before. Maybe I will. Maybe we should fight one if we see another one on the way. You start out pretty tough for what's around here. So I assume we could take it. Hunter's Keep. A hump of dark rock swathed in mist like 100 other Untersee islands. But there's a grand house, windows aglow, lawns impossibly green and lush in the false starlight, raked gravel paths. You stand on the dock as the sea nudges the ship's sides. An unexpectedly warm breeze carries the faintest trace of lavender. So we could present ourselves at the house, or we could walk in the gardens, or we could just take a look around the islands, or we could spy on the house. I haven't tried spying on it. Let's do that. Piano music drifts across the terrace. You peer through the half-open French window into a grand parlor, grand in size if a little reduced in style by dust and neglect. A dark-haired, pale-skinned woman bends earnestly over a piano keyboard. Another, fair-haired but unmistakably her sister, sprawls on the sofa with a book. A third sits by the fireplace, staring sorrowfully into the embers. Soon, she says, the piano music falters and stops. We'll go hungry, and then the end will come. For me, but not for you. The pianist raises her eyes from the keyboard. Hush, if we don't speak of it. She frowns. Has she seen you at the window? You withdraw. So we've gained some money. And we succeeded at the Veils challenge, which is what this was. So Veils is kind of your secrecy ability. Let's present ourselves at the house. A maid with smoldering topaz eyes shows you into the parlor where 3 young women wait. A visitor, the youngest cries. The youngest chuckles. The eldest sighs. Do excuse the indecorum, she says. Visitors are rare. You are very welcome. I am Cynthia. The noisy one is Phoebe. The cheerful one is Lucy. You are in good time for lunch. Will you join us? Who do we want to have lunch with? The eldest, the middle, or the youngest? Soft voice, watchful, unpredictable. Middle sister is sunny, restless, prone to giggles. The eldest, melancholy, pensive, occasionally dramatic. Let's go with the eldest. Cynthia grasps your arm and whispers to you. Her eyes are wide and blue. Her hair is wild and tangled. Bats might nest in it. It seems to you that you are sitting on a hillside above a wide blue lake, listening to a story of murder, an axe, a net, blood on scented water. Another chop, Cynthia asks? You've barely touched your food. Here, I'll have the maid wrap something up for you. So we got some supplies out of that. We became acquainted with the Sisters of Hunter's Keep. Lost all of our hunger, which is good. We've gained 1 terror, and gained a tale of terror. So now we have 2. Anything else we can do here? Reconnoiter the island? Sure, let's do that. Ships rarely come here, nothing changes, even the weather. The house is the heart of the isle. The house and the sisters. But the Admiralty may be happy to know that nothing's changed, at least. So we have another port report. And we're pretty much done here then, so let's head back off. Let's go up to a vendor bite. Dump off the living corpses. And then motor on back to London. Oh. A fallen stone. Now and then, rocky fragments fall from the roof of the Neath. The decks of older ships are pocked with scars. The sound is one no landlubber knows, and no sailor will ever forget. This one has smashed the glass of a deck binnacle. Ill omen, one sailor cries. The god in the roof, Storm, is angry. Do nothing. Storm, one of the 3 nameless gods of the sea, an absurd superstition. Or we could make a sacrifice to avert misfortune. In the stories, Storm is the noisiest, angriest, and least reasonable of the sea gods. Better not take a chance. So if we throw one of our supplies overboard to appease the god, or are we just ignore it? You know what, let's appease the god. Lost 1 terror, we now have 1 stone, storm, and salt. We now have Storm's attention. Great. So I guess within the story of the kind of we're gonna have to fight bats. Fine, bring it on. All right. Within the story of the game, Storm, Sea, and Salt are the 3 gods of the undersea. So that's kind of neat. And this is combat, so what you have to do is you have to get this meter on the side up a little bit, the illumination, and lets you see the enemy to actually hit them. And then we fire an attack of some kind on them. I think we'll probably be able to kill them in 1. Yeah, there we go. And you just kind of stack them up and combat proceeds. We will dispose of the corpses. Help reduce our terror a little bit. And then we'll fight these bats. There we go. So we're going to do 2 seeks. And these actions are based on our mirror score. Then the evasions are based on our veils. And then the attacks are based on our iron. We have high iron, so we can do a lot of damage. Don't have very high veil, unfortunately. Or mirrors, that would be nice. And it's doing the same thing. And I find the bats will often just seek and seek and seek and seek, even after you're well past, maximum illumination. Yeah, we took him out in 1 again. Let's... we could get 1 supplies from him, I guess. Sure, let's do that. Gained 1 supplies. Very good. Now, where are we going? We are there. There's something up there, but I think Vendor Bite's this way. Oh, there's another one of those light ship things. We're probably fine not going to that. Yeah, here's Vendor Bite. We just kind of have to get around the point. Discovered Hornman's Stag, which is a rock off the coast. Very nice. And actually, maybe we'll end the episode here at Vendor's Bite, and then maybe I'll just motor on back to London in between episodes, and we'll have to fight these bats, I guess. So we'll do 2 seeks and a salvo. What are the other attacks? So there's Devastating Salvo. A shore no more than 0. I don't know what a shore is. We don't have that anyway. Wild Salvo. requires low illumination. Well, neither of them are really necessary. Dispose. We'll lower the terror a little bit. So let's pull into Venderbite. The tomb colony of Venderbite. On deck you can hear the sound of 1,000 bandaged dead make as they shuffle and cough. It's something like the world's most restless concert audience, or the world's most plague-ridden cathedral. Dusty glass of wine. We don't have wine. Or enough money for that. Explore Venderbite. Sure. Here they favor candlelight over gaslight. The shadows are swagged like cobwebs. The tomb colonists stand still enough to be mistaken for sculpture until they laugh or cough. One building in 3 seems abandoned. Carmine Chapel. Little chapel stands alone. You poke your head through the door. The walls are deep red, just this side of scarlet. A ruby-tinted window at the back glows with a steady light. An electric lamp behind the glass? Rare and expensive. But this is no gaslight. No one is here, and yet you have the sensation that only a moment ago someone must have been. Could make an offering. That sounds like a smart idea. An uncertain outcome. Prayer soothes the soul, they say. Your soul is not soothed. You wait, head bent, while the light in the chapel beats on, shadowless and unmoved. Nothing changes. The red of the place gets into your vision. The faces of your crew seem flushed, as if fevered. You hear your own breathing echo raggedly. No one is sitting in the pew behind you. It doesn't stop you looking. The scene will stay with you. Perhaps you can write it off when you return to London. Man, we've had a weird trip. We've got 3 tales of terror now. We've lost 1 buck. And we've gained 5 terror. Great. Getting more and more terror. Let's gather some gossip. Along the coast of the Untersee, it's remarkably hard to die. The decrepit and nearly dead who leave London become tomb colonists and settle here in the bandaged peace. But they don't give up their ties to home, or their politics. You gather a haul of complex clues, enough to keep your contacts in London interested. Alright, and now to get rid of the tomb colonists, we have to go here and actually sell them. So that gets us 45 Echo, which is the money. And that's pretty much all we can do here. So, I'm going to motor on back to London, and next episode we'll figure out what we're going to do next. So, I'm going to end it here. Once again, thank you for watching. This has been Sunless Sea. I'll see you next time. Take care.